This is the story of a man named Stanley.
E siamo tornati, signori e signori, in un nuovo episodio di The Stanley Parable, dove continuiamo la nostra avventura
All of his co-workers were gone.
in quello che è
What could it
il
mean?
magico mondo di
Stanley
Stanley.
decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Forse
simply missed a memo.
l'audio è un pelino alto, presumo. Fa un po' vedere. Ecco. Sentivo che mi stava sfondando le orecchie. Diciamo, nell'ultimo episodio ci eravamo salutati con Stanley che veniva sostanzialmente schiacciato e si sbloccava tipo una voce che ti diceva della vita di Stanley, che invece era morto e quant'altro, e ci eravamo risvegliati con
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors,
dei
he
foglie,
entered
tutto
the
foglie a
door on
terra,
his
solo che
left.
per esigenze diciamo di video io avevo stoppato pensando che poi sarebbe ripreso da lì, e invece non è cambiato un cazzo di nulla.
This was
Perfetto.
not the correct way to the
Ora.
meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he
Quel
wanted to stop
finale
by
lì
the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Non mi ricordo come si raggiungeva.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ok, questo abbiamo fatto. Ora io volevo provare un po' di cose, perché mi ricordo che andando per di qua,
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's
a parte
incredible
che
he
volendo
wasn't
noi qua non
5
ci siamo
years
mai
ago.
andati, cioè in teoria ci si può, no, mi pare che non ci si possa andare. Boh, vabbè. Ma perché si
Look,
muore,
Stanley,
anche
I
se
think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing in your trust in someone
lì
else
c'è
can
una
be
porta aperta,
difficult,
però
but
scendendo
the
giù
fact
si
is that
schiatta.
the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Va
There's someone
bene.
you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was
Ok.
in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why,
Questo abbiamo
I don't
fatto.
know how to convince you of this, but I really do
Abbiamo un po'
want
di
to
finali
help
da
you,
fare,
to
eh.
show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me
Ok.
prove that I'm on your side.
L'altra volta siamo andati dritto verso la porta
Now listen
rossa.
carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the
Guarda, qua
red
c'è un'altra
door.
porta. Serve sta cazzo di tessera.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
No, vuoi andare qua.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the
L'altra volta
red
siamo dritti, io non mi sono manco guardato
door.
indietro. E invece guarda qui.
All right, fine, go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well,
Sì.
don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place.
Ok.
Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted?
Quindi
Was
questa
it worth ruining the entire
è la
story
zona
I'd
mai
written out
tagliata, diciamo,
specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing. Because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees?
No, ma-
Work with me. You've
No,
given me
incazzato come un
absolutely
mostro.
nothing so far. Tell you what. Let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback.
Va bene.
There we go. A third option.
Ah.
This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
Oddio. Vado per di qua.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices?
Ok.
Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some
Che
real
voto gli
critical
diamo?
feedback here.
Da 1 a 5. Sono stronzo.
A 1? I mean, I can understand if you had reservations, you saw ways the game could be improved to more fully express itself mechanically and artistically, but a 1? That's not even helpful.
Tu volevi un
What am
voto
I
onesto.
supposed to do with that? But I guess it isn't my place to judge.
Ok.
Here,
Ora?
based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've
Sì.
compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
What? Leaderboard? De che? Aspetta, messi in multiplayer online, delle porte aperte. Che imbecille. Il 21% delle persone ha skippato questa parte, solo il 3% dei pessimi giocatori ha aperto la... Lo facciamo parte. Sono 7 o... no, sono... sì, 7 ore di gioco. Ho fatto già 7 ore di gioco, è possibile? Il fatto che non penso mandi... Facciamo così, andiamo prima di qua, ormai abbiamo fatto. Vai.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you
Penso
feel
che la terza
motivated
porta
to keep
porti
walking
da,
through
la terza porta
doors?
porti
Again,
da
honest
un'altra
answers,
parte ancora.
please.
Presumo. Un altro voto, dai, stavolta mettiamo un 3.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Vai,
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
vai, vai.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger.
Huh.
You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of
Okay.
course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Oh, aspetta. Dio madonna. Le orecchie stanno partendo, eh? No, io. Non so se c'è un finale, se riesci a farlo, non farlo
You
bruciare.
heartless bastard.
Ma vaffanculo.
Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm out. I'm done.
Ma che sta dicendo?
over.
Ah, ok.
Thank you for playing.
Prego.
Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Vuoi mettere un altro gioco? Non ho capito.
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Vuoi mettere un altro gioco?
Well, Stanley, is this any better? At last, the one thing you've always desired. A game I had absolutely nothing to do with. But is it enough? Tell me that, Stanley.
Ma che cazzo
Will it
dici?
ever be enough? Well, I'll say this. I'm done making things for you. From now on, I will only create to fulfill a greater artistic purpose.
Ma è
Watch
Minecraft?
this, Stanley. I'm going to build a house.
Cosa? Ma che cazzo sta
Will
facendo?
go here. No.
Non sono io, eh.
And then...
È il...
Let's see, what does it need?
non so che
yes,
dire.
of course. And just to finish it all off, yes, it's complete. I made this, Stanley.
Ti sei sprecato per fare la casa, eh?
Gaze upon my work of art and feel ashamed at your own inadequacy. But you've only seen it from the outside. You've only gotten half the
Ma come cazzo hanno
experience.
fatto a mettere che
Please,
Minecraft
step
qua
inside
dentro?
and make yourself comfortable.
Sono molto, molto stunnato da tutto ciò. A parte ti sei spiegato a fare la casa narrativa. L'ha fatto lui la casa, io non posso manco saltare, non c'è manco il salto, non posso fare niente. Vabbè, il tasto solito, eh? Entriamo? O aspettiamo? Non lo so. Entriamo. Vai.
Isn't it grand?
Ma
Isn't it
insomma,
perfect? It could only be better if... Wait, that's it. We must rebuild it out of diamond. Diamond everything. Yes, yes, yes. Come along, Stanley. We have to go mining.
che senso? Che ha rotto? Ah, grazie che mi fai strada. musica rilassante di Minecraft. Che matti in culo quello il creatore di sto gioco. Ma siamo senza armi, senza torce. Io mi cago
Oh
in...
my, it looks like it's going to get a bit dark. You brought a light?
No, non ce l'ho. Fra, devi mettere torce. Che io non ce l'ho. Del carbone. Stiamo giocando a Minecraft in the Stanley Parable. Va
Oh,
bene.
no. This is far more open-ended than I had in mind. I'm looking for something more narrow and linear.
Che senso?
Something that makes you feel utterly irrelevant. This won't do at all. 1 out of 5. Even the diamonds
ragni,
couldn't
tra
save this
l'altro.
one. Okay, new game.
Che paura. Ci stavano pure i ragni e gli zombie. Mo? Un altro gioco? Ma è persona.
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Ma che cazzo? Questo dovrebbe essere tipo Portal? Questa è la house di Persona... Che dovrebbe essere Persona 3. Almeno. Che devo fare? Aperci un laboratorio. Dovrebbe essere tipo... Sì. No, devo... In programma di recuperare sia Portal 1 che 2, ce li ho pure. Però dal design sembrerebbe Portal.
Oh, it's a puzzle. Critical thinking, Stanley. Your forte.
Ok, quindi devo prendere questo? Ok,
Genius.
grazie. Mi hai dato un puzzle game davvero.
No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience.
Che cazzo ho fatto? Flying Cabinet, Work in Progress. Che cazzo sono gli archivi del gioco? E io non pensavo ci fosse un buco, non ho manco visto che stavo guardando l'ascensore. Oh madonna, ma che è? Fa male la testa non fa sta cosa. Ok. È dato un horror. Oh madonna. Tra l'altro questo, informandomi un po', dovrebbe essere tipo la versione beta di Stanley Parable, che, piccolo momento, per chi non lo sapesse, almeno da quello che ho capito, è letto in giro, The Stanley Parable nasce come mod di Half-Life 2. Se non dico una cazzata, correggetemi se ho detto una cazzata, ma dovrebbe essere sì, tipo una mod di... la luce. Di Half-Life 2, e questa era la beta di, appunto, di quella mod, che poi piano piano l'hanno trasformato in un gioco a sé stante. Infatti dovrebbe basarsi sull'engine di Half-Life, del Source Engine. Infatti sì, qua c'è tipo la postazione, no, di editing delle mappe e quant'altro. Però posso fare un cazzo. Indietro. Paura.
I wonder what he found.
Eh.
If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. very
È
soon.
stato melodrammatico all'improvviso.
I can wait.
Si rompe tutto? Si riparte? Ok. Pronti? Vai. Tra l'altro dovremmo provare pure a... Visto che ogni tanto
All of his
aspettando
co-workers were gone.
in varie aree
What could it mean?
del gioco
Stanley decided
si
to go to the
triggerano
meeting room.
cose.
Perhaps he had simply missed a
Potremmo
memo.
provare a... Sto coso io ogni volta lo premo però. Dovremmo provare a stare fermi per esempio all'inizio nella stanza di Stanley, nell'ufficio di Stanley. Quindi la porta rossa l'abbiamo fatto. Che ci manca da fare? Il telefono l'abbiamo staccato. Abbiamo mai risposto? Non mi ricordo se abbiamo... Stanza del capo l'abbiamo fatta. Però abbiamo fatto solamente il... Diciamo il disattiva il controllo mentale. Mai... Diciamo lascia il controllo mentale. Aspetta. Devo fare una cosa.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley
Il
knew
finale è
it
quello dove
perfectly well.
si rimane
Perhaps he
schiacciati.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow. Yes.
Si
This
faceva...
room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on
Oddio,
his
non mi
left.
ricordo.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
Beh, il finale è quello là dove rimani schiacciato. Ricominciamo la partita. Poi provo a fare sta cosa. Allora,
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
perché c'era il finale che vorrei continuare a farlo.
When Stanley came to a set of two
C'era
open doors,
una roba che
he
si era
entered the door on
modificata.
his left.
Andiamo per di qua. Vediamo quello che
Yet
ci
there was
dice.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office,
ripostigliolo.
hoping he might find. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked
veramente.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Ok. Qua si apre qualcosa? No, tutto bloccato. Qua era 2845 il codice? Ma mi sembra di sì.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he
Bello
didn't
che-
even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a
Ma
few
come?
moments with some calming new age music.
Beh, bella l'interazione sul fatto che lo precedi sul dirti lui il codice, dici vabbè sto parlando. Sentiamoci la
Feeling
musica.
soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward
È un po'
into the
scazzato.
opened passageway.
L'ascensore è per di qua. Ok. Perché mo andiamo a sinistra. Ok? Facciamo il finale dove c'è il museo e quant'altro. Una volta fatto quel finale, in teoria, che noi morendo si dovrebbe fare tipo, se non mi ricordo male, perché mi sono andato a rivedere pure il video, tipo dove ci sono tutte scartoffie a
Stanley
terra.
realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more
Ovviamente
free
vi taglio
and
nel caso in cui ci sono cose
to
in...
question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Che botto. Ok.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death. As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever.
Qua ci siamo.
Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Dai. Ok, fin qui tutto regolare.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Allora, per uscire da qui qua c'è la voce del narratore. Pronti?
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Ok, ho tirato la leva. Siamo
But listen to me. You can still save these two.
pronti.
You can stop the program.
No, adesso non faccio esca.
Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time.
Anche se poi potremmo anche provare a fare come dice la narratrice, premere ESC e uscire. Quindi devo premere ESC. Oh. Fatto come ha detto lei, sono uscito. Ah, oppure l'ho fatto quell'altra volta. Non mi ricordo. Vai. Cazzo.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
Mi ricordo che ho
Perhaps
fatto
he had
l'altra
simply
volta.
missed a memo.
Mannaggia. Vabbè. Mo? Che finale famo?
When Stanley
Chi c'è
came to a
rimasto?
set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Che la porta rossa l'abbiamo presa. La porta blu l'abbiamo presa. Il finale della confusione l'abbiamo fatto. Quello della linea pure. Mo' questo qua dei giochi diversi. Che c'è rimasto? Ci sarebbe rimasto quello di prendere la porta blu, se non mi sbaglio, farlo incazzare, fargli fare la riprogrammazione del gioco e prendere la terza porta che si crea là a destra. In teoria.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Anche se dovrei andare a
Perhaps he
sinistra,
wanted
non
to
a
stop
destra.
by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Il finale, quello là di Rispondi, mi sa che l'abbiamo fatto. Che mi ricordo che c'è tipo la stanza dove lui, se non mi sbaglio, va. Diciamo, gli fa fingere di avere una famiglia. Anche se, aspettate un attimo. No, per curiosità sono andato a riguardare il video, l'ultimo video su The Stanley Parable, dove facciamo il finale, quello là dove viene pressato. E il gioco, cioè sono uscito, ho fatto questa cosa, sono uscito facendo quit. E c'erano dei fogli a terra.
Left. Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right?
No, questo è il finale della linea, pure l'abbiamo fatto.
It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see.
Questo pure l'abbiamo fatto, questo finale, se non mi sbaglio. Poi devo vedere se si può cambiare qualcosa. Abbiamo...
Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Vai, pronti. Ok, qua c'è la stanza che non bisognava vedere.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay. From the top.
Vai, pronti.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley... Wait.
No, questo l'abbiamo fatto pure.
No, I
Che c'è rimasto?
I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago.
Non fa una cosa.
I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure.
Vai.
Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Ok. Labirintite? No. Devo aver trovato qualcosa incredibile.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again?
Un'altra, vai.
I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again.
Ok.
It's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Fin qui. Tutto uguale.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Aspetta, però metti che... No,
Okay, yeah,
Tanto non ce ne
it's
sono più.
worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Si torna indietro? Si torna indietro. Dai. Però mo...
Aha! I knew we'd missed something. The story. Here it comes. No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the
Va
other
bene.
way and retrace our steps.
Porca puttana.
Now
Grazie.
this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so.
Qua non si può fare
I
niente,
can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct?
Si è pure chiuso dietro, perfetto.
Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you
Narratore.
put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off. So, good job.
Ah,
Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay? I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
vai. Ma ci dovrebbe essere la linea. Eccola qua.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line.
Ok.
Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Vai, seguiamo la linea.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Nope. Here's a thought.
Ok, no.
Wouldn't
va chiuso.
wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no
Aspetta.
destination still a story?
Oh.
Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being
perfetto.
via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me.
Sì, sì, tu parli.
Now we can both agree that the nature of
Aspetta.
existence is in fact a
chiuso.
byproduct
Ma boh.
of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact
Okay.
the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there.
Chiuso.
Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know
Oh.
what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Aspetta.
Wait, cut the music.
Eh.
Go back and look at that fern.
La pianta dici.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Sì. Che pianta è questa? Boh. Fern non so che pianta possa essere. Tipo la felce, boh.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Boh, continuiamo a seguirla. No. Aspetta, però, là si triggera una cosa. Se invece torniamo indietro, tipo all'ufficio iniziale, cambia qualcosa? Boh. No? No? Cambia niente? Vabbè. Torniamo a... cioè, seguiamo la linea. Ok. Qua ora ci dice che la linea è traditrice. No,
Oh, no, not again. Line, how could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
ok.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Vai.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it. We should be fine.
Torna nella stanza dei rumor, sì, dei rumor, dei monitor, come ci si arrivava?
Ah,
Mica mi ricordo. Bisogna andare a destra
From here, the story is in our
per la
control.
stanza dei monitor.
How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay. So I know that each door has to lead
Dovrebbe
somewhere,
essere a
which
destra
means
per la
that
stanza dei
somewhere,
monitor,
the
poi
place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that
Oddio.
leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds
dovrebbe essere la porta
to
rossa, la stanza dei monitor,
reverse
se non mi
door's
sbaglio.
origin.
Credo.
So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door
Però anche
lead
quello
us to
l'abbiamo
where
fatto,
we're
quindi.
going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Vai. Ok.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
Questo qua ci dice
The
tutto il finale,
confusion
però
ending. You're telling me that's
find
what
the
this
line
is?
again, begin following
It's
the
all
line,
one
find an
giant
editor replica
ending?
with the office at
And
began
we're
the
supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to
Quindi noi
forget?
siamo al quarto
My
riavvio.
mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really?
Però
No, it can't be.
qua dice
I don't want it to be.
Stanley,
I don't
diciamo, è
want the
impossibilitato
game
a
to
fare
keep
qualsiasi cosa, il gioco
restarting. I don't want to
restart
forget
di
what's
nuovo.
going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped.
Però il gioco si riavvia a
Does
forza,
that
quindi
mean,
il sesto non si
did
può
we do
fare,
it?
in teoria.
Did we break the cycle? The whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen?
Che noi ci fermiamo al quinto, più o meno.
So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime,
Via le orecchie. Ecco, mo il gioco si deve per forza. Lui non si ricorda che si è
all
riavviato.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
E là diceva
Perhaps he had
che
simply
Stanley
missed a
non
memo.
faceva nulla sostanzialmente. O sbaglio?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first,
Finale quello
just to
là.
admire it. Standing now in this incredible
Qua.
room, Stanley for the first time, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Ok. Qua ci siamo andati. Però. Oddio. Là si potrebbe scorciare per fare quello. No. Il finale no, si fa con la porta rossa. Come detto. Quello
Stanley
lì.
was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Qua non c'è nulla. Boh.
In his eagerness to
Perfetto.
prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
A posto. Penso che i finali li abbiamo fatti tutti, presumo. Almeno per questa edizione, che poi c'è la Deluxe Edition che aggiunge robe nuove. Non lo so. Per ora ci fermiamo qui. Nel caso poi per fatti miei registro per vedere, faccio un po' di prove, di test, così non vedo un video di 80 minuti. E grazie per aver seguito. Se il video è piaciuto, iscrivetevi e noi ci becchiamo a un prossimo video.